Hey, welcome to the podcast with me and Enrique. I have no name for this now, but it's just me and Enrique, and we're going to be sitting in front of you talking for the next 1 hour. So, Enrique, what people are probably interested in, first of all, is how we met, which isn't really it's not a very exciting story. We basically just met in fucking school. You were in at the time, it was only my chemistry class, right? We were only in chemistry together. And so, like, we didn't even know each other. We both had a mutual friend, Braden, though. And so he kind of just was like, we'd work on labs in a big group, and then we'd end up being in the same group. And then we were just like, hey, how's it going? just make really awkward small talk, because neither of us wanted to talk to each other because we were both awkward. And then eventually that went to pre-calc, and then me and Alice started hanging out a lot then, basically, and then it just kind of evolved over that time. I mean, really, there was nothing. The only thing else I can probably include in that is that, like, neither of us expected to be, we didn't expect to be friends with each other when we first met each other. It was kind of like, hey, that's that guy over there. He's friends with my other friends, but I don't know if he would be my friend. We would, like, match or work together as friends. But, it works out. The nerd and the jock. No, the nerd and the jock. You're more nerdy than I am sometimes.
Probably.
But yeah, we're boring. Moving on to the next topic. Would you be comfortable talking about your personal?
Wait.
What?
I got a story. Ready?
Okay. What's your story?
There's this time when I first met Liam.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I didn't know who he was. I was just like, shoot flea. Shoot flea. And we were all doing this lab in chemistry. And everyone dipped. Like, they went to, like, do this one thing.
It was just us.
It was just us.
And because we had never been in a situation previously. we had always been around our friends, and it was just like, oh, you exist.
It was just us. And, usually I'm there with Braden, and, I talk to Braden, or I'll talk to, some of our other friends. And then they all left. It was just me.
It was just us.
And Liam.
It was a very surreal moment of awkwardness, but... It didn't really... it wasn't that awkward, to be honest.
I broke the ice. I went up to him. I was like, so... what?
It's a fucking lie. We basically just, like... I remember that moment, though. It was just, like, kind of like a, hey, how's it going moment.
We didn't say much. We were just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, so. We said hi, and then we, like, went on our phones or whatever.
I think Hadrian was talking about, like, Halo. And then we ended up... I think I brought it up. I was like, yeah, play some Halo sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Some shit like that.
I do some stuff, and you're like, I don't remember what you said, but you said some stuff, and then I said some stuff.
Yeah, there was some dialogue.
Right in the middle. So.
And then we spent the next half of the year just, like, playing Twitch plays, or watching Twitch plays Pokemon and saying that Blue Team will win. Despite, because, like, me, him, and Alice had, like, a running gag that no matter what, Blue Team would win. Unless Blue Team was throwing, and then Red Team would win. But it was just because Blue Team gave him the point,
Exactly.
Blue Team always wins. Just remember that.
Blue Team never lost. They were just like, oh, well, they lost it. No, they threw the match.
Yeah, on purpose. It was, they just wanted to make the other team feel better, and it's how it goes.
Yeah, you gotta help out a friend. If I'm beating Liam in League all the time, sometimes I gotta give him a win.
Enrique is the League of Legends master. He's actually Diamond Challenger right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So recently, me and Enrique both went to graduation.
We graduated.
Yeah, we graduated for the second time. But we went to our high school's graduation. Our high school has combined with another high school, so it's like kind of really weird. Because when we were there, we weren't combined at all. And then as soon as we left, everyone from the two previous high schools just got combined. So it was a lot bigger than we expected, but at the same time, it was like, I don't know. How did you feel about seeing your brother graduate? Because his brother was graduating, and so were like 3 of my close friends. So
I don't know. It was nice to see my brother graduate because I don't know. It just kind of brought back a little bit of memories because I remember when I was graduating, I was just like, I don't know, just like, finally, it's done.
Yeah, I'm so like, holy shit, I just want to be out of here.
And my brother was like, I can't believe this is real.
Yeah, it hit me really weird too. Like when I first graduated, it was like, I didn't really fucking realize I was there until like, well, I guess I'm the kind of person who's like, when something drastic happens, like it doesn't hit me at first. And then it's like a week later, it's like, oh shit, that just happened. Like, I didn't realize I was a college student until like a week into college. So it was like, dang. But it was like I still remember a lot about the night. It was kind of like because you remember how after graduation everyone was like super happy, like I'm fucking done with this, right? And then like how like everything it was like all dark and how it was lit up and shit. I don't know, just shit like that I remember vividly. And it was like a carbon copy of it, except I met a lot more people than I expected to that night. So that was cool.
Said bye to a lot of people, you know. You don't see.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, this is rip.
Because it was like a lot of our friends, actually, more people than I knew at graduation that were graduating. I saw more of my friends there, like more of my friends that have graduated already. So it was pretty cool. And I didn't expect that really. I thought it was gonna be like me, Enrique, Braden, and like 100 old people. But nah.
I gave some of my friends hugs. You know, I got punched by one of my friends. You know, stuff happened.
Oh yeah.
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was basically like real. It was kind of like reliving it, honestly, in a way. But it was also cool to see our friends graduate.
Yeah.
And besides that, like, I got to see old teachers and shit. That was cool.
I didn't run into any teachers. I mean, I saw Miss Simmons.
Yeah, I saw Miss Simmons, but you didn't know her really, did you?
No, I had one class with her.
Yeah.
And then didn't really talk, so I was like.
Yeah. So next topic. Would you become famous if you could become famous? Like, if basically right now you were given the chance to become famous, we can turn it back on. If you were given the chance to become famous at this very moment, someone's like, "Here you go. Here's your fame. Here's your fame."
Just
like, would you do it? Would you do it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's kind of like if I don't know. It's kind of someone comes up to you, is like, "Hey, here's like $1 million. Just take it." And there's like nothing.
I think it's kind of different though, because if someone's just handing you fame, there's no money you immediately get from that fame. You can still be famous and live in this dumb in a shack somewhere.
In my head, when I pictured famous, I meant pictured like a celebrity kind of thing. So then you could just automatic. Just have everything they want.
Yeah, and I think celebrities have so much money is because like they just take all the deals that they see and they'll like do fucking whatever with their fame. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about fame, like you can make money off of having fame, but like is it gonna be fun? Like some people make money without the fame. Some people have the mad stacks without a bunch of people yelling at their door to try to come in. I don't know. I just fuck. I need to close my windows, honestly. It's gonna be hot as fuck, but that was like the worst timing for that to ever happen. I'm gonna do it with you. Okay. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't mind being famous. The things that I think about when being famous, though, are like social media will blow up. Like, any social media that you have will like blow up. You'll fucking get followed. You'll get like seen by people in the street like that you don't know. You'll get like stopped and shit. Like, take a picture with me.
You're that guy.
Yeah, you're that one dude.
You're that one dude that did that one thing. Oh yeah, that's me.
And then there'll be like people hating on you because you're in the spotlight. So you're
that one guy that did that one thing.
You'll just get some shit, and I feel like there's like a double-edged sword to it. I probably would want to do it because I'd probably want to do like positive things with my audience, because basically if you're famous you have a really good audience and a really wide audience, so like you can really take that and do whatever the fuck you want with it. So you could be like, okay, let me just promote this shit that I'm doing, and then everyone will know about it because you're famous and everyone knows you. But like some actors have really shitty audiences now because they're old and don't do anything. So I don't know, like I would probably kind of like not like everybody like just coming at me about shit. Like I'd probably at least first not like the fucking overwhelming amount of attention, you know, because it's like, imagine just like going to school and like not only like your friends like seeing and noticing you, but like everybody there. Like imagine, that would be pretty.
Like I wouldn't care about that. Well, I mean I would. It depends, because like usually when people are famous they get like, people are just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like they try to act cool around you, but then you're just like, come on, I'm just like a normal guy.
Yeah, I feel like
my friends treat me normally.
Yeah, I feel like it would be shitty to like have all your friends trying to get shit from you, because like they probably would.
Like I mean,
like, hook me up, yo. Fucking promote me, dude. Promote my rap album. Promote my SoundCloud.
So like, I mean, if it led to that, then I don't know. But I just like, I don't really care about becoming famous. Like if you become famous, then you know that's cool. You know, it's like people know you, but if it changes the people around you, like if one day my mom just comes by and is like, "You didn't buy me a car for my birthday. Where's my third house?" Then I'm gonna be like, sorry.
Sorry.
Liam comes in. You didn't put me in your YouTube channel.
Yeah, you didn't put me in the description.
You didn't put me in the description. Come on, Enrique. Then I'll be like, it has nothing to do with you. It's just like how to cook pasta. Yeah. You didn't put me in your gaming channel. He's like, you didn't put me in this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it could go very well if you handle it well, and it could also go very poorly. Like, I feel like some people would be generous enough to like give shit away all the time, and I probably would too, if like I had like money and fame and shit. Mm-hmm. But that means everyone around you is gonna want to use you, so it kind of sucks. It's like shit.
Kind of like that rich person you see in all those like movies or something. He's always rich and he thinks he has like a lot of friends, and just because he buys people stuff, and then he loses his money, and then they're like, "Who are you?
You're a bitch."
who are you again?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a cool, like, you can do cool shit with it, but like,
I mean, if it affects the way people treat like me, then no. But I mean, it depends on how I do it. Like, I don't have to tell anyone. Well, I mean, people probably know if I'm famous. I don't have to tell anyone I'm loaded. I'll be like, yeah, people just know me on Instagram. Yeah, that's it.
Because like, there have definitely been like famous people that are just fucking poor, because they don't. I mean, like, I don't really want to say it's because they used it wrong, but they kind of used it wrong. Like, they could probably have made some good money off of it, but it's like, maybe you don't want to make a bunch of money off of your fame. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's nice. I mean, you don't have to make money off of being famous, but if you don't and you complain about it, that's kind of your fault, like, because if everyone knows you, like, and you can reach a wide audience, everyone, like, companies like, hey, you can do this fucking ad, you can promote our shit, that's cool. So they'll hit you up with money. And that's what people make money off of a lot of the time, is just like companies trying to like advertise in some fucking way.
Kind of reminds me of have you ever seen those type of movies where there's a guy who's about to make it, and then like 30 years down the line, or maybe 20 years down the line, he has a family, he's stable, and then he's like, man, if I didn't have a family, like if I didn't start a new family, I could have made it big. Dang. I could have done this. Like, I remember I was watching this movie 17 again.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, if I,
Was that the fucking movie with Zac Efron? Yeah. And they're trying to be like, he's like, yo, if I was 17 again.
Yeah, he was like, if I was 17 again, I would
made take the career over the girl. And then he was like, fucking psych.
He's like, I could have done all this. And I'm like, I mean, but you didn't.
So. But you didn't. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to think about now, because, like, I'm so not famous at all. So mean? It's like, I feel like.
I know you. Braden knows you.
I feel like it's only enough to, like, you can only think about it so much, and then, like, it would actually be a lot different than when you actually experienced it. So it's like only hypotheticals, but that's okay. Actually, a good way even if you're like not like hella famous, you can still make a lot of money on Patreon. Like, if you just fucking, because like that's when people like will pay like $1, or like you can pay like $1 a month or whatever to like send to somebody for them to do shit, which is kind of cool. It's just weird, though. A lot of people hate Patreon right now. Like, a lot of people in, like, the creative field will be like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you don't need a fucking Patreon, you got fucking ad revenue, which is, like, because, like, a lot of people say, because, like, a lot of the bad thing about going into, like, YouTube and shit as, like, a career or whatever is because it's really, like, unstable. So it's, like, you either need someone fucking hooking you up all the time, or you just need a bunch of luck and save a bunch of money. So it's, like, if you were to go on just YouTube ads, you wouldn't make a whole lot of money right now, one, anyway, but you would also have to rely on the fact that your content doesn't get flagged or anything, or you can't advertise on that shit, because that's like really sensitive right now. So it's like, I feel like the topic of Patreon for like YouTubers and stuff would be kind of cool, because it's like a lot of people in the field really don't like it for some reason, which kind of confuses me, because it's like, hey, you're empowering someone else through donations, which you don't have to make. It's not like you're being held to buy this. It's like they're opening a Patreon so that they can do shit, I guess, and not have to, like, live another way that they don't want to. What do you feel about that? How do you feel about the situation? Because, like, on one side of the fence, everyone's like, they're fucking lazy. They should work a job and do shit or make something to sell instead of just make a Patreon so people can give us fucking money. Or the other side where it's like, hey, this Patreon's allowing them to fucking do whatever they want in their life, and it's empowering them, and no one's forcing them to be paid for no one's like being like, fuck you, donate to my Patreon, I'll kill you in your sleep. No, that's not what happens. It's just like usually just some dude opening some shit, but everyone gets mad about it. I'm curious.
Is that kind of like the Twitch thing where they're just on Twitch and just get those donations and stuff?
It's kind of like that. I think Patreon is like a monthly subscription kind of thing. It's like donating it might be, I think it's a monthly thing. I think that's what I'm thinking of, Patreon. Because like you can basically be like, okay, I pledge $1 a month to help you out to do whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay.
So every 30 days you send $1 to this man, and that's like nothing off of you, but you can do it if you want to support that man, So it's like, instead of like being like, oh, I like you, I'm gonna buy your merch, it can be like, I like you, I'm gonna support your living, and like like I don't know. I feel like it's not as bad a thing everyone says, but I'm curious as your third party perspective on the issue.
Well, I don't think it's that bad. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's like, when I think about it, it's like if I have like $1, and I don't know, and
you want to throw it at somebody that you're like, hey, you're cool, like,
yeah, then like why not? It's like, first off, it's like my money.
Yeah.
And second off, I mean, if I want to help someone out, like I'm like, hey, you know what? I like what you do.
Yeah.
Here you go. And just throw it at him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it's bad because it's like you're doing what you want with your money. Like people go, just like saying people go and buy drugs or whatever with their money. They're just like, hey, you know what?
Yeah, I mean, like, you're free to do with your cash what you want. I think, like, where people draw issue is, like, what do you think is right for a creator to, like someone, just like someone with a YouTube channel, like, maybe, like, 10, 20,000 subscribers, to open a Patreon for them to get money?
Yeah.
So, okay.
I mean, I think it's fine because, like, I mean, it's not like, even if they open it up, it's not like people are gonna actually, put money in.
And like, I feel like some people will, and I feel like, I don't know. I honestly feel like the problem a lot of people have with it is more so not people giving them money, but them asking for the money.
Them asking for the money?
Yeah, it's like when people, like when PewDiePie, for example, he literally just put the donation button on his channel for no reason, not even like a real reason. He's just like, you can fucking do it, buy me a new Lambo. That's what he said under the text. So it was like clearly a joke, but fucking everyone blew up about it when he did it. So it was like, it's just a really touchy thing apparently in the fucking internet world, and I don't really understand why completely. If you think you know why and you want to tell me straight, fucking put it in those comments, boy. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have the same opinion. So sorry. But honestly, like, I would never do it myself. I mean, like, I would do it in a stage of my life where I felt like I would need it.
I would never do it.
Like, if I was, like, if I fell in, like, to a state of, like, I need money to pay these bills, and I'm not getting no money, and I moved away from all my other income, I would consider opening a Patreon. But I think, like, personally, I just want to make money different ways, which is, like, I would rather make a product, maybe like merch or some shit, for like them to buy in order to like, maybe like raise funds for whatever I want to do. But I would much rather do that than like ask for money, which isn't really like, I mean, it's not really like a like I think that's the right thing to do. I think that's just like what I would want to do. Like,
I don't think it's like, okay, so when I think about asking for money, like I don't think it's that bad because like at the end everyone can just say no.
Yeah.
Like you can be like, hey, give me $5. I'm like,
yeah,
it's your own $5. What do you mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not like, I mean, even if you open it up, right? Mm-hmm. What if you don't tell people? Or it's not like what if you don't tell people, but it's just like it's on your channel or whatever, so people just know, like, hey, well, I want to help this guy out.
Yeah.
There we go. But I mean, obviously, if you're going up to them every day, well, you better do this.
Yeah.
You better give me $1.
Yeah.
Like everyone.
Like if
finding you. That's bad.
The only time I can see like having a problem with it is if like. I don't even... Okay, there's a few cases. One, if you don't need the money and you're asking for donations, just fucking make money though. Like, make money some other way. And like I guess crowdfunding is okay. Like, Kickstarter is interesting. Kickstarter is different than Patreon. Kickstarter is like, okay, put money towards this, and then when you got all the money, you can just fucking use it towards the project. Like, it's pretty simple. Patreon, I think, is different because it's more like a subscription service. But it's a subscription service for nothing. Like, you are like, okay, I'll give you money. I think where people I think another point is that like people are like, okay, I'm giving you money per month to make things you would already make. So it's like, this isn't like, I don't know. I guess some people don't find it worth it, and that makes sense. So like, which is again goes to the reason why I would only open a Patreon if I felt like I was in like serious financial fucking like trouble or some shit. I don't know.
I mean, so when I think about like what people are mad or get mad or when people just don't want when they get mad about it, is like you don't know what that guy's gonna do with the money, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, like obviously, I mean, if you were in really need or in dire need of money and you need to do this, you know, you can open it up, get some money. But then there are people who are just like, oh, I'm in dire need, please help. And then you give them money, you're like, oh, I hope I'm supporting their life. And then you see them, you're like, yes, I got to buy, you know, I got one bag of chips. And then now the rest is
going to heroin.
Cocaine.
Straight to heroin.
So I'm just like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting. Like, you don't know exactly what you're putting your money into.
Yeah, so, that makes sense.
Like, for me, and I was trying to help you, and I'm like, don't worry, Liam, I got you. You're my friend, okay? And then I find out you're using all my money in video games, and I'm like, Liam, didn't you say you need to eat, like, today? Because I can eat, like, next month.
You can eat next month.
There's this new video game that came out. I'm like, come on. I'm like, Liam, I'm not giving you money anymore.
We got the new Spider-Man game. What do you think when you hear the word brand? What do you think?
Nike.
So a brand, yeah, that makes sense.
First word that comes out of your head when you think butterfly, fly, wings. Okay.
It's just like, cause I never really thought about what a brand was, truthfully. Like until I got into YouTube, I never thought about like what it is to develop a brand. Cause like what, besides like Nike, what do you think a brand is like specifically? Like, you know, not just like, oh, Oreo or fucking Honda. What do you think a brand is specifically? Not knowing anything about branding specifically, what do you think a brand is?
I don't know. Because when I think brand, obviously, like I said, I think Nike, but I think like, I don't know, like a how to say it, like a group or not a group, but like a thing, like a category, I guess, of material, or like a category of like certain items. So like, okay, a category of merchandise. That sounds better, I guess. But I don't really know exactly anything.
It's really weird. I think like all the stuff I've looked about branding up online or whatever, there's no like one conclusion you can come to about a brand, I don't think. And I could be misinformed, so if I'm misinforming my friend Enrique, please correct me. But my idea of a brand, right, is that it's literally just a bunch of things that follow one idea, kind of. It's like you just have to have like, so like if you're making a company or something, right, and you're trying to like connect to people, you create a brand. That's kind of what it is. It's like the bridge between business and like consumer, kind of. Because the way I see it, if you don't have a brand, you can't really connect with a person, right? Because I think one of the reasons that we like think about like we remember these names like fucking Oreo or Nike or whatever the fuck it is. It's like we remember them because they were branded to us well. Like, why the fuck would you like Oreo on Facebook for any other reason except it's just a nice brand? Like, I mean, I like Oreo. You know, I like Oreo. That's kind of cool. And like, if you look into everything about, you know, like even like the design of their logo, their fucking like their social media team, their advertisements, everything fits one like kind of like staple kind of thing. It's like everything is the same in the thing. It's interesting to me because I'm a business nerd, but at the same time, like I never thought about what went into actually creating a brand. Like, it's because it's not like, oh, you can just like think of a fucking name and there's a brand. It's not just like that. It's like the name and like, you know, even like your fucking ethic down to like your work ethic and like how do you handle people and shit. Yeah. It's like
what you want it to be. So
it's literally you just have to do everything by like a fucking set of ideals, I guess, or beliefs.
Like in my head, I'm just gonna go back to that kind of Nike thing, but just pretend it's not Nike.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So like, I'm like, you know what? I want to make some stuff that'll make people run faster.
Yeah.
Right. So then I'm just gonna make a certain, like I make a brand or whatever, and it's just like all this is based on trying to get people to run faster.
Yeah.
That's what I want to give to people. It's not like it's not like I'm gonna split off and there's gonna be one item that's like, hey, these are roids.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get so strong.
Dang. I think like what it is pretty much is just having consistency between everything you do. It's like if you're going for like, I don't know, speed or whatever, like you're trying to like advertise like speed as your main brand point. It's like you put, I don't know, I mean like it's down to like what your logo looks like your logo, like if that doesn't match your brand, that's gonna have a problem. Like it's gonna be like if fast isn't somewhere in your fucking logo, it's gonna be like
what?
It's a weird logo there for no reason. I don't really like that logo. I don't know. It might not make people hate it, but it doesn't aid your cause, I guess.
Like for some reason I was thinking of Oreo, so I'm like, you know, you have like like Oreo treats, so you have like, you know, little Oreos and those Oreo cakes and everything's like Oreo.
Yeah.
But and then one day they have this thing and, you know, it has Oreo on it, but it's like a shrimp.
Yeah, it's like completely.
It has nothing to do with, like, there's not even Oreo in it. Like, no Oreo flavor. Like, it's not like you buy Oreo ice cream, like, oh, there's gonna be like Oreos in it. No.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah. Because like think like if you thought about like, you know, because everything that you named in the Oreo product line, they all essentially look like they have the crust and then they have the filling and then they have the other crust, and that's like they always do that. They always will do that. And if you look at any other cookie they make, like maybe they'll make like Oreo Thins or some shit, but it still has the same concept. It's there. So I think it's like shit like that. It's like maintaining the same concepts over and over in order to like create a thing of recognition with the customer or some shit like that. I don't really know what it is, but it's like you have to create and like establish a brand. You have to like, I feel like it'd be hard. I feel like it'd be hard to like do that because you have to like think of, okay, what do I want to put on fucking everything? Like, what do I want to do and not stop doing, you know?
I mean, I think it's going to take like a long time. Or I think the process itself is just going to be hard because first off, you're going to, well, like, you know, thinking of a name is just hard enough.
Yeah, exactly. But, like a name and a logo and fucking like
then
everything.
Thinking of what you want it, like what everything needs to be based off of.
Like what you want it to like represent, you know?
Yeah, so then
like,
that's just gonna be, you're just gonna be dicked. You're gonna be like, well, what?
And I think that's like what will like trump people in like a lot of cases. Just like it's too much to think about, and it's like I don't really want to go through with that. But I honestly would. I actually want to own a business one day, so it's like that's kind of like why I think about all this shit is because it's like I see it like I see this shit on YouTube. I didn't even know that like branding was particularly a YouTube thing at all, like that YouTubers would do. Until it came to like, until I like heard, like looked into it, and it's like, shit, this is actually like, all of this matters, you know? Because it's like, to me, when I look at like, you know, my channel art and my like picture or whatever, it's like, I don't really give a fuck. I can put like whatever. I can put like a fucking dumb cat on this and it would be okay. But if I'm thinking about like transforming it into an actual thing, I want to be like really calculative about. It's not even a fucking word. I want to be sure that I know my shit, basically. Do brands interest you at all? Does that whole spiel, did that, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I guess my question is, do you have an interest in ever running a business or being part of a business?
No. Cut. We're done. Time to leave.
Time to go. It's the end of this show.
Bye. Not really.
Like, I mean, you don't have to be like, you know, imagine if like one day you're like 25 or whatever, you're fucking working a job, you're like, this is kind of gay, but it pays my bills, and then someone comes up to you, is like, Enrique, I need you. I'm asking you this offer. I'm giving you this. Do you want to be part of my business and you make a % of the company?
Well, then that, yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, if it was me making my own brand kind of thing.
You just wouldn't have the drive really to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the drive. Unless one day I wake up and I had this dream, and it was like, this dream was telling me to make some type of cat.
Some type of cat.
Some type of cat thing.
The new cat hybrid, the cat dog crossover.
I would have been like, geez, my dream told me I gotta go and do this.
Yeah.
But like right now, or even just in the future, I'm probably gonna be like, what? Why would I want to do that? Like,
yeah.
I have, you know, naps.
Mm-hmm.
And I have naps. and then food, and then naps.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, you know, I'm just lazy. So
I understand. I feel like, see, I'm also really lazy. Like, my
criminal record.
My room has been the cleanest it has been in ages, simply because you came over today. That's how lazy I am. But, and my room isn't even that clean right now. But when it comes down to shit like making a business and shit like that, I really like am very motivated towards it, because the way I see it, it's basically making my future. It's like shaping.
You gotta be motivated. It's kind of like those people that they're in school and then they're like, "Why aren't you doing anything?" Because I'm not. And then they're like, the students are like, "Because I'm not trying. I don't really care about this." And you see them do this one thing and they're doing it really, really well, and you're like, "Shit, why don't you do this in school?" And he's like, "Because I don't care."
Yeah, it's like, I think, like, my motivation behind it anyway isn't because, like, just because it interests me, but because, like, I want freedom as an adult. Like, one of the things I crave the most is, like, independence and freedom and shit. And, like, as someone who, like, working isn't my favorite thing, obviously, but working is, like, no one's favorite thing. I would love to, like, work for myself, like, a lot. Like, I feel like that would actually make me enjoy working. Because, like, when I work for someone else, it doesn't, it's not exciting at all. It's like, hey, you're just doing someone's fucking, like, chores that they don't want to do. But, like, when it comes to, like, you're building towards something and you can, like, see everything around and, like, you can be like, this is mine, I made this from the ground up, I feel like that's, like, such a great feeling. And, like, I've done that in smaller scales, like when I'm, you know, been coding or, like, whatever, some dumb shit like that. But it's, like, even cool to see, like, as someone who loves organization and shit, like, even cleaning my room was like, I like seeing this change. And, like, I feel like the same thing applies to, like, a business or whatever, because essentially whatever you give to other people, the monetary value from that goes to the company, of course, but it also supports you. Bless you.
Thank you.
And, like, you don't have, if you are able to run a business even by yourself, you don't have to fucking say shit. You don't have to get shit from anybody. And even, like, I guess, like, the thing is like, oh, you'll have to get shit from your people who are buying your shit, or, like, whoever funds you, or, like, if you're funded, you'll have to, like, you know, be a bitch to them or whatever they want to do. But, like, I would definitely want to run a company from, like, the ground up. See, definitely.
In my head, you're the guy who wants to be the boss. Like, you're just, I mean, not when I mean boss, I don't mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, head of, like, you know, because you don't get shit from anyone, and you're doing what you want, and then you're seeing your own company, like, flourish. And then there are people who are just, like, I mean, I personally wouldn't care. I mean, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I get what I get done, and that's all. I mean, as long as it doesn't make me sad or anything, or just, you know, I like what I do, I'm fine with it. I don't really care about, you know, someone's like, hey, do this. I'm like, sure. Mm-hmm. But in my head, it seems like Liam is like, I'm the leader. Like, I'm more of a follower. But Liam's like, I'm the leader. Follow the leader. Come on, little puppies.
I mean, it's really, like, I don't feel like a leader at all. The main thing for me is that I want to just be, it's mainly just creative control, honestly. But it's also the fact that I, like, along with the creative control, I don't only make my experience, I can make everyone else's too. And so, like, I feel like that it kind of conflicts, because I'd want to hire like-minded people who, like, think the same as me. Yeah, so, like, essentially I'm designing it for myself, but for people who are also the same as me, I guess. Yeah. Like, so like, but me. I mean, like, I haven't really thought about it that much. I mean, me and you were friends, but we're not that similar.
What do you mean? Like, we're both boys.
Oh yeah, that's there we go.
We both have hair.
Oh yeah, there we go. But I mean, like, we both pretty much want different things.
We live in Enfield.
Okay.
Like, come on. There's, like, you know, your name has letters, my name has letters. We have so many similarities, you know?
Like, I don't know, when I always thought about, like, shit in school where it was like, oh, be a leader and shit, I always was like, fuck that. I don't want to do that, because that's dumb. It's like, what am I leading for? But I would only want to be,
I feel like you need motivation. And then, like, you want to do something you want to do, and then that's when you're just, like, that's when you want to be a leader. I mean, if someone's like, hey, I want you to take charge of...
of nothing.
Well, no, I want you to take charge of...
Like, if you're the fucking... Or if you're the fucking school president, like, even
and you don't want to be, and then you're just like...
even that, it's like, if I was a school president, it'd be like, hey, cool, everyone's paying attention to me, and now I don't give a fuck about my job.
But, I mean, I feel like it has to be something you want to do. So if someone's like, hey, I want you to be the leader of... this Band-Aid company, and you're like, well, I'm the leader, but like, why would I want to be a leader of a band? Like, if it's something like,
yeah,
like, I don't know, something you like, I don't know.
Like, honestly, it's shitty because I know I want to make a business, and I know how I would run the business pretty much. I just don't know what I want to do, like specifically what I would like sell or whatever in the business. My head? So like that's the shitty thing. It's like I have this desire here, and I've had it for a while, and it's growing rapidly, but it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna fucking get put into fruition anytime soon unless I get like an idea, which I kind of relate to what you said before. Like, I'm not gonna do shit until I wake up and be like, I fucking know exactly what I'm gonna do. But
wake up, I want a family, I want to own this thing, I want to do this.
I think one of the most important things about like starting a business, I mean, like I wouldn't fucking know. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me about like business. I've never fucking. I've taken like a business class once.
You're a
but this is everything that I've fucking seen happen and shit. So I'm just talking from experience, but this might not even be true. So fuck me.
This guy owns Twitch.
But it's kind of like I just some shit about starting a company. Oh yeah, I think it's just your motives have to be in check. Like if you're going out for profit and shit, like. I mean, like, that's why we have, like, a connection to places like Oreo, but we don't know fucking anything really about Oreo. They have, like, a brand, which they put up and out for everybody, which is cool, but you never get to see, like, hey, here's the fucking, like, CEO of Oreo. No one fucking knows who that is. Like, unless you, like, Googled it right now. David Oreo. It's just, like, I think there are actually so many ways you could actually run a business that it's like, I mean, there's so many things that work, but I think the way I would want to do it is I would want to, like, keep a personal connection between, like, myself and my clients, or at least have it so that, like, people know who I am, and, like, I'm the face of my company. I wouldn't want to let someone else be my face, and that's, like, or
you want to be Bruce Wayne.
You know, I wouldn't want a fucking like animated mascot or some shit for my company.
You want to be Bruce Wayne.
I would want a logo because it would be like you can fucking place it somewhere. But
I want an animated mascot for my company. What do you mean?
See, I feel like there's like even a fucking fine line for that shit too, though. It's like would I even enjoy the CEO of Oreo being on screen at all? Like, would I give a fuck? Would I fucking care at all?
He comes up, he's like, well. My name's like, David Oreo, and I,
Hey, this is, fucking John. I'm the CEO of Oreo. David There's nothing interesting about me at all. I'm very white and rich.
That's all you need to tell me. White and rich. And you're just like, he's important.
I don't know. I don't fucking know, Enrique. This is all just, like, talking about random shit that might happen one day. My mind's gonna change about this, like, 700 times, but...
No, it's not. I'm gonna be
I think
CEO
a business,
of Oreo one day.
Fucking final bottom line, building a business is something I want to do one day. That's about it. I know nothing about it, and I'm researching slowly, and I'll someday know anything. But
one day I'll be Hokage.
So you don't want to make a business in your future, and it's like it's not even like, I mean, even if I fail a business in the future, I'd still kind of want to try it. But what do you think? Is there anything like specifically in your future? It's like, I want this to happen. Like, I want to do this. Because me, that's basically fucking just, like, going ham on YouTube and seeing where I can make it with that and business. And trying to build a business at one point in my life. But besides those two things, it doesn't really matter for me.
For me? Well, obviously, I just want to move.
Yeah.
But,
we'll say I also want to move out of my fucking house with my parents, yes.
I want to move out of my house with my parents. But, I don't know. I just want to go with what life gives me. So, like, I mean, I want to be a doctor and stuff. So, I want to go to med school. But other than that, it's not like, I don't have any, like, set thing where I'm just like, you know what? 2 years from now, I'm going to do this. And then a year from now, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to get really famous. Like, I just have, like, a mindset where I'm just like, this is my one goal. And then let's see, you know, how it's going to branch off and how I'm going to get there. Like, maybe it might take a while. It might... You know, tomorrow I wake up and I'm a genius, and then they're like, I want you to be a doctor right now. I'm like, shit, boy, really? But, I don't know. It's not, like, other than that, I don't really have anything else. In my head, all I want is just do what you need to do. So, like, you know, get a family, or start a family, I guess. Yeah. Rich, sorry. Who needs money these days?
Who needs money?
But yeah, I don't know. Just do whatever makes me happy. And that's it. As long as I can support myself, I don't really care.
I mean, it's kind of a hard question, especially if you asked me that question last year, I wouldn't be able to fucking tell you anything. But like about my future, I mean, like I actually really want to move. I guess actually on like one of my top lists.
I want to be Hokage. And that's
fucking people were asking me to move to LA with them in a few years, and I might do that. I don't know.
Or you're gonna.
But I'll always be on the internet.
Or
so
you can move to Florida with Braden.
Well, fucking. When is that happening? 4 years from now?
Or you going to Florida with Braden 4 years.
I mean, I'll fucking move anywhere. I don't give a fuck.
Liam already signed a contract saying he's gonna move to Florida with me.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a blood contract. Like if Liam denies it, then it's just like, well, Liam Reaper's coming to your house tonight.
You're fucking dead sorry. I mean, really, like, it's really it's dumb it's kind of a dumb question because, like, I mean, I don't even know, like I felt like after I graduated, I really realized I don't know fucking anything about myself, really. Like, I kind of know, I know what my preferences and shit, like, obviously everyone will know, I like fucking, I don't like peppers on pizza, or, you know, some dumb shit like that.
I love pineapple on pizza.
That's fine. Okay. I think some people our age know exactly what they want, but some people just don't know anything about what they want. I think it's just, like, what you've been exposed to and, like, what fucking hit home when. It's like sometimes I don't even understand why I'm so fascinated about something. I just like it a lot, and I can't explain why, and it doesn't hit me until like later to like why I actually appreciate things how I do.
See, if you told me that a couple years ago, it was like I would have just said, just want to do what makes me happy. Like that probably the briefest thing I would have said. Just want to do what makes me happy, or just want to do what gives me money, and that's it. It's like I didn't have anything that I really wanted to do until recently. So I was like, oh.
And I don't think we even really thought about it until recently. Like, seriously considered like our possibilities in the real world. Because it was always just like, hey, what do you want to be when you're fucking 18? And it's like, Princess. I'm 8. I don't give a fuck. But, you know what's funny? I think one of the reasons that I didn't ever think about why I wanted, like, what I wanted to be when I was little is because, like, I kind of, like... I mean, did your parents throw shit at you, like, be like, make you do this? Like, they'd be like, I want you to do this because I want you to have this experience, and they outright tell you shit like that? Mm-hmm. My mom would do that all the time, but, like, that was me with soccer, with karate, and with instruments. All 3 of those things.
Yeah.
And it only hit at soccer, and then, like, once I stopped finding soccer fun, I just, like, it was over.
Yeah, so my parents, they were just like, soccer.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm Spanish, so like every Hispanic parents are like soccer, and then you're like, no, please, why? And then you're like, oh wait, I like it. And you're like, why? Because I'm brown.
Dang.
What were the 2 other reasons you said?
I said musical instruments and karate.
And karate, those 2.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, I also did karate, but my mom and dad were like, because you need to learn how to fight when you're older, because you're a man.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. And then instruments, my mom was like, well, what else are you going to do? And you got to learn how to play something. And since 3rd grade, I've been playing saxophone. And I'm like, oh, well, I like it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think the thing is like, as a kid, a lot of these experiences are just, like, handpicked for you. And it's shitty because, like, sometimes the way they handpick it is the completely wrong way that you would want to do it at all. So, like, you can have the experience completely ruined for you without you fully being able to comprehend it as an adult, which sucks. I think, like, I hate, like, when I was, like, probably, like, 16, or I guess when I was a teenager, basically, I hated, like, almost, like, the outdoors. I almost hated going outside, because, like, whenever it was, like, my mom would be like, oh, you were just inside for the past 2 days, fucking go out on this hike, and I would just be sitting there hating myself on the hike, when now, if I went on a hike with my friends or some shit, I would have fun.
That's actually, like, I don't know if that's just because you went with your parents, but when it comes to me, my mom and dad are always like, when my mom, she'd be like, let's go to Six Flags. I'm like, I don't want to go to Six Flags. It's just so boring. And then my friend will be like, hey, let's go to Six Flags. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. Yeah. And then I have fun. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I feel like it's because I'm going with my friends.
I really feel like there is something to it that, like, that just, like, sometimes going with your family is, like, the wrong decision.
There are times where I'm like, you know what? This is fun. I'll go with my family. And then most times I'm just like, oh, I'd just rather not. And my friend's like, hey, let's do the same thing, like graduation.
Yeah.
Mom was like, let's go to graduation.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, obviously I have to go because my brother was graduating.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even then I was like, oh, but I have to stay there. I'm probably gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna make sure my mom tells me when Brandon comes so I can clap 3 times and go back to sleep. But then Liam was like, you going to graduation? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm going to.
Let's
go.
Let's go. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now I feel a lot better going.
I feel like shit like that happened to me, and I just have to like. I feel like now that I'm an adult, like literally a lot of my work has just gotten into just like undoing that shit, and just like I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like a human being that makes his own decisions, but I mean like I kind of do once I like take that shit down, like that big fucking like tapestry or. There was shit hanging on my ceiling earlier that I just fucking decided to take down for the first time.
Chandelier, there was like everything.
No, I mean there was actually just like little plants in the fucking corner and like shit coming down from my ceiling that I didn't even like recognize was there because it was like I've had this shit for so long. Like that tapestry was up since I was 8, and it was this big ass thing of a dragon or whatever, and I'm just like, that's not mine. I don't really give a fuck about that. So I took it down, and then I feel like myself more now.
My room, I have like these Spider-Man covers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's not really my room because I just sleep on the couch now,
yeah.
So, you know. But my old room, there's these Spider-Man covers, and they're just like my little brother always puts these posters up on my room, like Transformer posters, Star Wars posters. I'm like, why? But there was these like Spider-Man covers, and I'm like, why are they even there? But I never took them down because I got them when I was like really little.
Yeah.
When I was like 5, and I'm like, they were there forever. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not gonna just get rid of it. And it's also the fact that I'm kind of lazy. But then I'm like,
oh yeah.
It's like, but it was there forever. I'm just like, it's kind of like it's supposed to be there.
Like something, you know what I never look at? Like those fucking shelves up there. Like, those 2 shelves. I just like I barely ever lay eyes on them, and I noticed them today, and I'm like, the fuck do I have these shelves for? Like they're just hosting like. Oh, look, there's, like, the one thing that's new on that shit is my diploma. Everything else is fucking, like, 8 years or older. He threw it out. But, yeah, I feel like shit like that is just... I feel like that's part of, like, growing up and, like, defining yourself as an adult is just shit like that. You know, next time when we do this, I might have, little, like, pin-up mics on our shirts.
Or you can just have, like, a little, bobbing pin, stick it in, and just pretend it's a mic, and be like, "Yeah, guys, you can hear me."
You're like, "Hey,
hey guys," and like, "Is that a bobbing pin?" No, it's not.
That's about it for our first fucking round of things. If you like this,
cut off your little
yeah. Enrique was just yelling at me for that yesterday. But if you like what you saw or you heard, depending on what you did, give us a positive, give us a like or a thumbs up or whatever the fuck.
Likes. Thumbs. Follow me on
follow him on youtube.com slash
Enrique
syndicate.
Yeah, exactly.
YouTube.com and I am youtube.com slash PewDiePie. Don't get us mixed up. We're different people. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next.
This was the Liam and Enrique show.
It's our show now. Clap. All right. It's terrible. Okay, so we're gonna tell a story. Just look at the camera if you're speaking omnisciently.
So it's like, so Liam, what's up? And then
so Enrique, how are you doing?